Hi and welcome back. I'm Chad Berry. Today is mail day and I've got a new camera backpack. Okay, welcome back to Chad Berry Photography, the YouTube channel where I'm going to talk about photography every week and all things related. So instead of doing a tutorial today, I'm going to talk a little bit about camera gear, and specifically it is mail day and I've got myself a brand new backpack. So this is a F Stop Ajna, I think I'm saying that right, A-J-N-A. From F Stop Gear. They make great products and stuff. First of all, I am not sponsored by F Stop. I have no affiliation with them. I purchased this product, so this is not a paid ad. I just want to do an unboxing with you and talk a little bit about the product and why I chose this, because I know a lot of you might be thinking about doing some travel and getting a backpack to make that happen. So before I talk about this, I actually have to talk about what goes in the backpack. So F Stop's a little bit different in that their systems are very modular. So a lot of backpacks you'll open them up and they'll already have the foam inserts and stuff, the padded inserts, so that you can arrange your equipment in it. The bags that you get from F Stop are a little bit different in that you have to have what they call an internal camera unit. Now, the nice thing is, this gives you a lot of versatility. So I've owned this internal camera unit for a number of years now. It's actually my second one. My first one was stolen along with all of my gear in Seattle on a trip out to the Olympic rainforest a couple years ago. I immediately purchased a new one. I've had a ton of success with this, great quality, really enjoyed it, and I love it, and I bought it for the versatility. So if you haven't seen these before, they have a zipper across the top, and it looks very much like the inside of a lot of camera bags that you might make a purchase of. Okay? But it doesn't have any straps on the back. You can't put it on the back. It does have a handle for you to hang onto to carry it, and it also has these nice little clips on the side as well as some Velcro. And what this does is allows me to put this into any of the F Stop bags. So depending on the size of the bag I need, if I'm just doing a day trip or if I'm doing a trip that's going to be 3 or 4 days long, I can select a different type of bag, still put the same type of internal camera unit in it. All my gear comes out, pops into the other bag, and I'm ready to go. They make these in different sizes, so depending on the bag that you're purchasing or the amount of equipment that you want to carry, you might have to change up which IC you're using. This is the Large Pro. I've been using it, like I said, for a number of years now. Excellent quality. They've got these straps so you can lock all of your gear in. These are all removable. It's all Velcro, so these come right out. You can put them into different positions. And I've had a lot of use out of this and love it. Now, I've not owned an F Stop bag up till this point, so how have I been using this? So we're gonna chat about that a little bit. I'll zip this up and I'll show you what I've been doing up till now, and you'll see why I've decided to finally upgrade and get the F Stop bag. So this has been my day pack up till now. Just a regular little backpack. And if I loosen up all the clips on here, I've been able to just pop this in here, shove it in, zipper up, and I'm off and I'm ready to go. It's worked out great. Okay, so what other ways do I use this bag? So I do a lot of different types of photography. I do a lot of outdoor photography. I'm out doing backcountry. Might do stuff from a canoe, let's say. We'll talk about that in a second. I shoot weddings. Sometimes with weddings, I literally just carry this in, grab it by the handle and go, right? So I've got everything I need in there. I might keep a separate small bag for some flashes and stuff, but it's very versatile. I'm very comfortable using it. When we talk about maybe being out in a canoe or a water area, I have wet bag or a dry bag. Okay, so dry bag, I just put that in there, put the seal on, roll it up, it's good to go, right? Sometimes I'll blow a little bit of air into that before I seal it down and clip it. That way I know that if it happens, if I turn the canoe over and end up in the lake, that my gear is going to be protected. So nice and easy, like 13 or 15 bucks or something for one of those. Makes it very comfortable. It's small. You don't have to increase the profile of your equipment very much. Another waterproofing that I've done is Jesse and I, we went to, we did a trip last year to Olympic National Park in the Columbia River Gorge. And in the Columbia River Gorge, there's Winanta Gorge, which has a gorgeous waterfall at the end of this river. So the only way to get to this, you have to climb over all of these logs. You're walking, you're wading, and sometimes swimming down a river, right? And in April, the water's quite high. It's freezing cold. We rented ourselves some dry suits, and in order to protect our gear and make sure that we got back there and we're actually able to get the shots that we wanted to get, we got a dry bag that actually has backpack straps attached. So we're able to toss that in here, seal it up, go over the rocks if we happen to fall in where our gear isn't going to be affected by it. If we had that up on sitting on some rocks while we were doing some photos and had things set up and it happened to tumble in, as long as this was sealed, again, our gear was protected. So it's very versatile. Again, I don't know if that's the way that F Stop intended it. It's more meant for their gear, but I found other ways to use it and I've had a lot of success with it. When I travel, getting onto a plane or something, I mean, you could take just this. It's small enough for certain. This is definitely smaller than the maximum dimensions for carry-on. I always carry my gear on. I never check it. But another way I'll do it sometimes is with a hard case. So this hard case is a Nanook 935. It's a Canadian product, which is wonderful for us up here. But it's got enough space in there. I can put that inside. Get that in there. Might take a little bit of maneuvering your equipment to make sure it slides in there nice and easy, but this allows you to lock it up. I use this a lot when I'm just traveling around in the car because I can put my equipment in there. I can lock it all down, put some locks on there, and I can cable that to my seat, and I know that I've got that extra level of protection that if I was going out and I'm going to be away for an hour or so and I'm not taking all of my gear, whatever I'm leaving in the car, I can cable lock, and then I'll just toss a blanket or something over that so it doesn't create a lot of tension. I bought yellow, so if it does happen to be on a backcountry trip or something, maybe I'm out in a boat and this thing, this is completely waterproof, water sealed. If it tosses out, it's going to be really easy for me to find it, right? It'll float to shore at some point, look for the big yellow buoy, it'll be all right. So one other way, backcountry, the backpack that I've ordered that we're going to open up here in just a minute is a 40 liter. I intended that for day trips, and that's really what it's designed for. It's meant for you're going out, you know, early morning. I can have it out all day. I can have a little bit of food with me and stuff to keep me over. Maybe not intended to have all of your gear and do an overnight. Maybe you might be able to do it if you're an ultralight packer. But when I do backcountry, when I'm out for 2, 3, 4, or 5 days, I bring a bigger bag. This is a 75 liter bag. This is just something I picked up at Mountain Equipment Co-op. F Stop does have larger bags, and I think that in the future, if I really enjoy the Ajna, then I will probably buy one of their larger bags as well. But this has worked for me in the past. It has all of the strapping and harnesses I need in order to be able to travel with a sleeping bag and my cook pot and my tent and a sleeping roll and a sleeping bag and a tripod, and have all of my gear inside. But again, just like in the first backpack, it's stuffed inside there, and when I want to use it, I've got to pull it out and work with it that way. So it's not as convenient as it might be. Okay, so that being aside, let's get the box open. Okay, so I've cut this box open. We're gonna get this out together and we're gonna take a look, and I'm gonna show you my first reactions and stuff to this product. So I'm kind of excited. I don't get to shop all that often. Got a packing slip, don't need that. This is the raincoat, so you have to order the raincoat separate from the backpack. There's some clipping on there somewhere where this actually clips onto it. So if you knew you were into, they're supposed to be pretty weather sealed to begin with, but if you knew you were in heavy rain and stuff, you take that extra precaution, right? So it comes in this nice little fabric bag. I assume all of the F Stop gear comes in bags like this. I know that my my ICU did come in that, so they're pretty nice. I guess just to protect it during shipping. So maybe you can use it for laundry or tossing a few things in. If you're doing backcountry stuff, you can just toss your stuff in the car before you go. Okay, so. All right, well, material-wise, it feels pretty darn good. Chewy, Daddy's working. Sorry, my cat loves boxes, so I'm just gonna move this. There we go. She can go ahead and enjoy that. She'll make some noise for a minute, and then she'll just sleep in that all day. Yeah, so this backpack, it's nice and light. It's supposed to weigh like 2.5 or 3 pounds or something like that. So it's a pretty nice weight. The fabric looks like it's really tight knit, really nice fabric and stuff. So I wouldn't worry about water. I think it'll repel water really, really well. Nice strapping. The clips. They're hard plastic. They look like they're in pretty good shape. I like that on the waist clips you've got all this extra strapping and stuff. You could use carabiners or something like that just to strap on, you know, a flashlight or if you needed a knife or something like that in backcountry. D-rings up here for extra stuff. Oh, the chest strap has a little whistle in it. Right, so you can use that for emergencies. We're just gonna keep digging here. Don't need that. And this is the cool part. So what I love about this backpack, and the reason why I really went this direction, is with the other backpacks I had to take the ICU out in order to be able to gain access to it. And a lot of backpacks that you would purchase, they open up and maybe they unzip far enough that they open from what I would call the front of the backpack. And the problem with that is you're always putting the back down on the ground. Well, I do a lot of outdoor photography, so that backpack, or even if I was using this I brought this to a wedding, let's say, and I'm dressed up nice and I want to continue looking nice, but I'm putting this onto a dusty floor somewhere. I pick this back up later, and I'm going to have all that dust transfer from the backpack to my clothing. So I really like the fact that this opens from the back. So let's get her unzipped. Heavy duty zippers, which is awesome. Heavy duty zippers and big toggles so you can get a hold of them. This is padded really nice. I think that's going to feel good on the back. The inside, it opens up. Nice big shell. There's lots of room in there. You can see that there's these little red loops. That is what these little Velcro strips are supposed to attach to make sure that the unit stays put in the backpack. So let's do it. Alright, so we're just going to fold that under. It's my first time, so there might be an easy way to do this. And I'm probably doing it the hard way, because that's just the way it always works. But there she goes. Once you get it around that aluminum frame, fits in there pretty nice. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take a second and get this strapped in so we can see how this is all done. So it's in there. It's nice and it doesn't move at all. That's perfect. The padded area here, the backside of the padded area, there's again some webbing and stuff, so you could hook some extra stuff on there if you needed to. It's got a little zippered pocket here, so I don't know, memory cards or batteries and stuff like that you might want quick access to. You know, you could unzip it just part way and boom, there it is. I'm not sure what this little zip is for. That might be for the raincoat. I'm not sure. Let's zip her up and take a look at the rest of the bag. So you have to have an ICU that's appropriate for the bag. So depending on the size of the bag that you get, the Large Pro might not fit. I made sure that I got one that fit with the ICU I already have. You can buy the backpacks from F Stop in kits, so they will have the bag that you choose as well as an appropriate ICU or multiple ICUs that could work in that bag, and usually with a raincoat for it as well. I already had it, so I just bought the bare bones, no frills, just the bag. Right? So it's got some extra cords and stuff here that I'll figure out what they're for later. Got a nice hook for hanging her up. Let's see what we got here. Oh, lots of room, so we've got access to, so this is how I would access it on my other bag. I would have to go in, pull the entire thing out. Right now I've got that access on the back. There's some extra room there. I could toss a couple flashes or some lunch. Got a little zippered pocket here. Great, throw in your passport, your cell phone or something like that. Oh, it's a nice feel to everything. And these zippers are pretty heavy duty. They've got a little fold over for those zippers, so that's protected from water and the elements pretty well. If I flip her over, you got some nice strapping on the bag, so to be able to put on like your tripod. I think that you might actually, if you packed light enough, you might be able to put like a tent roll on here. Or a bedroll in a sleeping bag anyway. Lots of clipping and stuff, so we can work with stuff like that. Great, we got side pockets here. I'll just unclip that. Oh, you can put a bladder in here, so you can actually have the hose brought through, clip on the front, and be able to get access to drinking water at any time. Nice big pockets, love those. I like the zippers, are nice and tight, they're clean. What else we got on here? Yeah, the bottom is almost kind of like a rubberized material, which is really nice. It should keep a lot of the dirt and the wet off. So, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just going to toss it on here, see what she feels like. I haven't adjusted the straps or anything yet, but yeah, perfect fit right out of the pack. What do you know? That's pretty comfortable, right? Again, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to put it through the tests. I'm going to get it out into the Canadian Rockies. I'm going to get it up north in a couple of weeks, see how it works, how well it handles the cold and the snow up in Algonquin. But pretty comfortable overall. I'm going to do one more thing I wanted to check. This is another thing that I wanted to be able to do with this bag is, and it looks like I'm going to be able to, I can access this bag without even having to take it off. So I can be out there hiking around, see something that I want to shoot, and be able to get in here, get my camera out, be able to take those shots. And when it's time to put it away, I can put it away. I don't have to take the backpack off. I don't have to put it down on the ground and worry about finding a clean spot for it or anything. This is pretty fantastic. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be great for my upcoming trips. I would use this if I was doing street photography, which I've got a little bit planned coming up as well. Yeah, she's just real comfortable. It's smooth. I think that overall, my first impressions, I think it's going to be a great backpack. I think the guys over at F Stop, again, I am in no way sponsored by them. I purchased this with my own money, but I do think that this is going to be a great backpack. I'll get back to you in a few months when I've had to put it through its tests, put it through the run, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, thanks again for joining me again this week. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to get this content. Hit that little bell so that you get some notifications. I'll see you again next week.